All right, I got here 2001. It was a Chevy Silverado 1500. Customer complaint is it doesn't charge. They replaced the alternator, I think, twice. And there's a computer sitting here, but I think the customer just had this. I don't think they actually tried it. This is one of the alternators they replaced it with. They ended up putting in another one. And they're both Duralast, so, you know, been having bad luck with Duralast lately. Let me just hook up a multimeter. All right, so here is the alternator. It's unplugged. I'm gonna plug it in. That'd be pretty funny if that was the problem, but no, I doubt it. I'm just gonna hook up a multimeter. Go from the battery first. Okay. All right, so right now I got 12.26. Let me just swap the terminals around so it doesn't have a minus on it. All right, we got 12.23 volts. Let me start the truck. Okay. So the whole cluster doesn't light up. So they didn't tell me this. The cluster doesn't light up at all. That means I'm probably just missing the fuse to the cluster that feeds the alternator. Yeah, I got 11.67 volts. Let me get a diagram. Just look at that, I think, really quickly. Let me just check at the alternator before that. So I'm going to put the power on the power feed, ground right over here. And we're still not charging. 11.65 volts. Okay, let me look at a diagram because the cluster's not lighting up, and I know it usually has the light goes through the cluster. Oh wait, now it is working. Hold on. Oh no, it's not. So just the voltmeter moved a little bit, and the oil gauge, but it's not lighting up at all. See, it goes down when I shut it off. Shop was saying that the customer said that the cluster works when he puts a reader in the dash. So he was just driving around like that. That would tell me that there's a bad ground because the reader is put together pin 4 and 5. Let me just see. There you go, and it lights up. So it's definitely a bad ground. Let's see, does it charge now? Yeah, so there's a bad ground on the cluster because pin 4 and 5. It's still not charging, so it's definitely not a cluster issue, but that's pretty cool. I'm assuming that pin 4 and 5 on the DLC are connected to each other inside the scan tool. One is a chassis ground and one's a sensor ground, so probably one of the grounds here are bad, and it's back feeding into the cluster and letting it work. And without the thing, it's not letting it work. All right, we need starting and charging circuit. All right, we got one page. So on the alternator we have two pins in the connector and the B positive. That's the main power feed coming out of the alternator. That goes to the battery. Then we got, coming from the powertrain control module, we have two wires. We have a charge indicator control, and we have a generator field duty cycle signal. So that's the gray wire. That's going to duty cycle this alternator on. The only fuses I see that have to do with this is this ignition 1 fuse, 10 amp, on lower left side of dash. So let me just check that quickly. So I guess that's right here. There's an ignition 1, HVAC, ignition 0, ignition 1 right here. It's a 10 amp. It's right under the 25, so it's this fuse right here. I can't tell if it's blown or not. Let me get a test light. I'm just gonna check right here. Now this is probably, well, the ignition is on right now, so that's fine. Power on one side and power on the other. It's on and hot and run and start. That just feeds the voltmeter and the instrument cluster. Now this message sensor has a ground right rear of engine. You know, it's the alternator might not have a ground, and that would be the same ground over here. Let me just check for that. Let's start the car. Okay, it's running. Now, we're gonna put power here. Test light to battery positive. If it finds the ground, it lights up. So it definitely has a ground. Fine, so we gotta check on this signal if the computer is giving a signal for this to turn on. You know, so let's unplug this. Well, actually, let me first connect this again. Oh, this is connected, so 11.7. Alright, we still got nothing here. So let me get a scope, and we're gonna put it on this wire. Alright, we're gonna ground this here. Ground this. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna test both of them quickly. Alright, so on this I got absolutely nothing. And on this guy, I got a duty signal from the computer. Let me just slow it down. So the computer is definitely telling this thing to turn on. And this is supposed to, I guess, be telling what it's giving out. And it's not. I just think this thing's dead. I think they got 2 bad alternators from AutoZone. That's nothing new. I just had 3 bad cam sensors. Oh, wait. So let's hold this down right here. It could be we're not making pin fitment. Because as I wiggle this, let me just get another meter. This thing died on me. Unplug this there. Alright, we got 11.69 or 11.69 volts. Okay, so now, just want to try to move this. I want to test right here just to make sure we have good pin fitment. Let me just shut this. I'm going to use this tool. This is from Kia. It just gives you a bunch of different sizes. So we're going to try to match up what it should be. Alright, so this definitely has some drag. And this one also. Let's try to go one smaller. Yellow, smaller. Still has drag. So this alternator has 4 wires, and there's 4 holes there, but there's only 2 wires in the middle. I wonder if it's the wrong alternator. Maybe there's a few options. Alright, so we have the 2 wires in the middle. That is, let me just get a diagram again. Alright, gray and brown is pin B and C on the alternator. A is not used and D is not used. Now, I don't have to check here because I put the multimeter on the actual alternator and there was no difference. I wasn't having voltage, and it's grounded, and we know there's ground on this engine. And we have computer control from the computer. And what's the reference to? Charge indicator control. So I think that just turns on. When it's not charging, it stays grounded. I'm not sure. Let me see. Is the light on? If I leave my dongle plugged in, is the charge light on? It's running. And yeah, it's on. So now if I depin that other one, it would be off. So I'm assuming with this thing unplugged, it will be off. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it's off now. and it's off. So yeah, that's just giving me the signal it's working. It's telling me it's not charging, because when pretty much the way it works is it's grounded. When the alternator is charging, it gives a current and then it doesn't have a place to ground, so the light stays off. But we definitely have a good signal from the computer. That's it. I'm calling another bad alternator, telling them to get a better one. See that? That's definitely being grounded from the computer. I could run it through a test light. It's max at 8 volts, 7.5 volts. See what happens. We'll run it through a test light. We get anything charging for a second. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to be, so let's just plug this back in over here. And we'll plug this to battery ground. And let's see, so we're going to ground this right here. Okay, we're grounding on the scope, still not charging. Now let's run power to it. Through a test light, obviously. I don't want to short anything out. And we're going to pull it high. And we're still not charging. That's it, it's another bad alternator. I don't know if it's the wrong one or just bad. But I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, thanks for watching.
The next day.
Okay, here's the 2001 Chevy Silverado 1500. I just replaced the alternator as advanced level diagnostics recommended. This is the third one I'm putting in, this time from a different brand though. And let's see, we're gonna start it up and see how it goes. Alright, so we're testing the alternator now, and it's sitting right there at 14 volts. Couldn't have gotten any better.